Also flying with Clinton on the Lolita Express is Epstein victim Shawntae Davies. Here they are pictured together. Here's Davies with Epstein. Here's Davies giving Clinton a massage. Now Davies would accuse Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein of raping her, calling Ghislaine Maxwell a quote, calculating witch, and wishing her well in hell. Now Donald Trump would board the Lolita Express with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell at least a documented 7 times, and is documented as having flown Epstein on Trump's own personal jet, reportedly with a young girl, possibly underage. Also attending this flight was reporter Michael Corcoran, and he stated the following, published in Maximum Golf magazine, quote, "Come on, Jeffrey, where are you?" Trump says. He's talking about Jeffrey Epstein, another wealthy and well-known man who was traveling with Ghislaine Maxwell, the daughter of the late media baron Robert Maxwell. The couple finally arrives, Epstein wearing an orange sweatshirt and jeans, and Maxwell sporting sunglasses and fashionably tight pants. Trump brightens and gently chides them, forgiving their tardiness. According to Corcoran, they did board with a young woman of indeterminate age. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was 15 or 20, unquote. 1993, at a pageant hosted by Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Trump meets Lauren Petrella, another Epstein girl. Epstein also attended this event. Petrella is listed in Epstein's and Ghislaine's Black Book of Contacts. She is listed as having flown with Epstein on the Lolita Express at least twice, and she most likely flew with Epstein to this event. At the event, Lauren Petrella accuses Trump of walking into her room unannounced while she was sleeping, groping her, awaking her, and telling her, quote, "You said you don't sleep with men on the first date. Now it's the second date, and here I am," unquote. This same year, 1993, Epstein victim Maria Farmer stated that she had an interaction with Trump and Epstein at Epstein's residence. She stated that Donald Trump eyed her down, but Epstein stated, quote, "She's not for you," unquote. On May 15, 1994, Donald Trump, Marla Maples, and baby Tiffany boarded the Lolita Express with Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Clinton's presidential aide, Mark Middleton. This is the fake left versus right wing, and it's completely a controlled scam. Politicians are blackmailed on both sides of the political spectrum. The Clintons vacationed yearly at Epstein's New Mexico Zorro Ranch, staying at an Epstein-created cowboy-themed village featuring a schoolhouse. And that's according to Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch security expert, Jared Kellogg. And yes, Epstein actually hired a security expert because he reportedly had computer rooms the size of houses at the ranch for spying and blackmail purposes. Also visiting the ranch was then Governor of New Mexico, Bill Richardson, Clinton's former Secretary of Energy, who Epstein donated $50,000 to under the company name of Zorro Trust. Epstein's Zorro Ranch, which Epstein was claiming he was using for DNA eugenics sex projects, had a huge underground floor around 8,000 square feet in size and 3 large mechanical rooms. A federal lawsuit filed in New York claimed Epstein trafficked and assaulted a 15-year-old girl at the ranch in 2004. And Courtney Love, yes, that Courtney Love, who was also circled in Epstein's Black Book, allegedly told her father that she witnessed, quote, worn-out girls taken to the desert at Zorro Ranch, buried or taken to the sea, weighted down and dumped overboard, stating the reports of Zorro Ranch are hundreds of times worse than what's reported. This is where the former president, his wife Hillary, and his daughter Chelsea vacationed on a yearly basis. Sometime around 1998, Donald Trump began dating Selena Middlefart, an Epstein girl who flew on the Lolita Express regularly, who was listed in Epstein's and Ghislaine's Black Book of Contacts, and who was pictured hugging and kissing on Epstein in the 90s. Here is Epstein with Selena at Trump's Mar-a-Lago in 1995. Here they are pictured in 1997. Here's Trump and Selena dating in 1998, pictured here with his daughter Ivanka, pictured here at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. pictured here at the US Tennis Open Championship, and here they are pictured at the Oscars, all in 1998. Now in 1998, while dating Selena, Trump was introduced to Melania by Epstein and Maxwell associate Paolo Zampoli, who connects to the United Nations. Zampoli formed a partnership between the United Nations and Ghislaine Maxwell's Terramar project. Zampoli's wife, Amanda Ungaro, who looks like she could be Zampoli's daughter, was also an Epstein girl, documented as flying on the Lolita Express with another sex trafficker, Jean-Luc Brunel, who actually supplied Epstein with underage girls. Zampoli is extremely close with Donald and Melania. During Trump's presidency, Trump even nominated Paolo to the Kennedy Center board in 2020. Zampoli was Melania's modeling agent before she met Trump, and Zampoli was the one who obtained Melania's visa. Epstein and Zampoli would argue over who actually introduced Melania to Trump, with Zampoli stating, quote, "I, not Epstein, introduced Trump to Melania," unquote. But what is conveniently left out is the obscure and interesting fact that Trump was dating Selena, an Epstein girl, at the very time he met Melania. Oh, and by the way, guess who else Paolo Zampoli is close to? You guessed it, the Clintons. Here's Paolo Zampoli introducing Bill Clinton to another one of his models in 2001. Now take a look at this again. In the partnership between Zampoli, the United Nations, Ghislaine Maxwell's Terramar project, also listed is Clinton's global initiative. The Clintons funded Ghislaine Maxwell's Terramar project. In 2016, OK Magazine obtained a protective order document filed from Maxwell's attorneys requesting that the inclusion of Clinton funds to the Terramar project should be off limits. Maxwell's attorneys effectively hid the amount of Clinton donations to Terramar. Now, although it is exactly unknown how much the Clintons donated to the sex traffickers' fake ocean charity, it is a fact that they did donate. Archived from the Clinton Foundation's own website, the Clinton Foundation openly endorsed Ghislaine Maxwell's Terramar project. Oh, and by the way, guess who helped devise the Clinton Global Initiative in the first place? One Jeffrey Epstein, along with Epstein frequent flyer and Clinton aide Doug Band. Here's Doug Band with Ghislaine Maxwell. Here's Doug Band listed on the Epstein flight logs with Clinton. Together they flew at least 11 times on Epstein's jet. An archive from his own resume on Teneo. Quote, Doug was the key architect of Clinton's post-presidency. He created and built the Clinton Global Initiative, unquote. In May of 2021, Radar Online published an article stating Doug Band was cooperating with federal agents and investigators from the Southern District of New York about Epstein's ties to Clinton. The article was quickly scrubbed. Trump and Epstein pal Paolo Zampoli was so close to the Clintons and Doug Band that he reportedly called Band, quote, Dougie. Now you see how Trump's close pal Paolo Zampoli, Ghislaine Maxwell, and the Clinton Global Initiative formed a partnership. Oh, and then there's this nugget, admitted from close Epstein, Trump, and Clinton associate Alan Dershowitz, who was also accused of sexual abuse by an Epstein victim. Dershowitz stated this, quote, Mr. Epstein was part of the original group that conceived the Clinton Global Initiative, which is described as a project bringing together global leaders. Alan Dershowitz would testify for both Trump and Clinton during their impeachment trials. Dershowitz, who was alleged by Epstein victim Virginia Roberts of sexual abuse, who also disgustingly openly advocates for the lowering of the age of consent, would also state the following about his good buddy Epstein. I'm on my 20th book. The only person outside of my immediate family that I send drafts to is Jeffrey, unquote.